Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your bonus February tarot reading. This is going to be a reading for the people born under the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune or the Sun card. If you do not know what your tarot birth card is, I've dropped you a link in the description box below to the video on how to work it out, and also what does it mean, your actual tarot birth card and the annual card and so on. It's all in the description box below. So, I'm going to be using both of my Pitisci's Tarot de Marseille deck. I've reviewed those two decks as well. There'll be a link in the description box below if you want to check them out. So let's see what you're dealing with at the moment. I'm going to grab an energy from this deck and then I'll clarify it. So if you want to connect to the energies of my deck, now is the time to do so by taking a couple of deep breaths whilst I shuffle it. So what do my Aquarians, born under the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun cards, need to hear for their highest good, please? So your main energy is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so we're talking heavy mental energy. Let me put my deck here and clarify this for you. So please clarify this energy for my Aquarians. Too many cards. Alright, let me push this. So we have the Page of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, these are very good energies. I wonder why you've got this then. Let's see. The High Priestess, Major Arcana, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. This is a lot of female energy, as in, you know, the divine feminine type of energy. Okay, bottom of the deck, energy that you're not aware of, the Knight of Wands. Okay, this is very interesting, because the Nine of Swords is showing me that you are stressed, worried, or you may have fears or apprehensions, obviously, you know, depending on the degree of said worry, and you're having problems trying to get out of it, basically, trying to pierce through this. Now, this is a card for me that calls for courage, because this is the mental space, the mental body. So if you're focusing on what could possibly go wrong, for instance, then you're going to end up manifesting it. So it is really about taking a step back, looking at things and thinking, okay, it could happen, but maybe not. And if I do this, maybe this won't happen, and so on and so forth. So that's why I call it the Courage card. It's looking at it for what it is. It's just a thought. It's not happened yet. And so there's no point in being like so heavily in our heads now, or as I call it, going down the rabbit hole. Now, please don't think I'm judging you. I struggle with that greatly, so it's not that. It's just, you know, this is the card that talks about that, and it's there to tell you, you know, be careful, because you're going down the rabbit hole. And for some of you, maybe, you know, this is something that happens regularly. Maybe you know this is something you do, just like I said to you, I do it. Now, in the energy working under, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, this is a very passionate knight, and the knights represents things moving forward, movement, or taking action yourself. Wands is fire, so it represents anything to do with your spirit, your willpower, your drive, anything that you feel passionate about. So the Knight of Wands is somebody who's going to go for what they desire. No genders attached, please remember, this is just the energy. So you may be feeling the drive to do something about something. So it could be to do with a relationship, obviously, with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups right there. Yes, we may be talking about a relationship, romantic relationship. I'm not disputing that, but not necessarily, and I will I will go back to that. It could well be that you are raring to go for an opportunity that has been just given to you. This Page of Cups could be representing that, and what I mean by that is to do with work, career, relocation, going on a trip, you know, starting a business, trying something creative, whatever the case may be. So let me dive into this. But if you're not aware of it, it may be subconscious that, you know, you feel that drive to go for something. And the Page of Cups represents either news or messages, or like a mini new direction, a door that's open, an opportunity you didn't expect would come. And this may have come, you know, through any form, through someone you met, through an email, through a phone call, an ad that you may have found in a newspaper or heard about on the TV, anything. Okay, so pick what works for you. But cups being the emotional body, they represent things that potentially can bring you emotional fulfillment. Now, obviously, immediately we think romance, but it doesn't have to be romance. It can be anything that, you know, would make you really happy, like, you know, the ideal job. Some people need to have a fulfilling career, not just the money that comes with it, but something that they feel they're doing something that matters. You know, when you find people like in the teaching profession, for instance, or the doctors, or, you know, any kind of profession like that is where you'd find that they have that desire, that need for their soul to do something that matters. So that cup could well represent something like this, is what I'm trying to say. It's got the High Priestess with it. Now the High Priestess represents, there are layers, but there could be secrecy or things that are hidden, because she channels messages from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. She's the holder of secrets. So there may be things that have not been revealed about this offer or this bit of news that came your way, and you may feel it, which is why you've got this Nine of Swords here, this worry energy. That may well be the case. The other thing is, the Page of Cups could represent you trying to work out how you feel about a situation, because maybe you know that you have a tendency to be like the Knight of Wands, you know, to just go for it, be raring to go, because if you are born under the Magician, the Wheel, or the Sun card, this is really, your rule number is number 1, which is the potential, the rebirth, the opportunities. Is that, you know, that seed number that can tell you, oh, you know, think about what I could get, what I could do. So there is that drive on your path because of which card rules you and which number rule you. And so you may be burning about starting something, but at the same time you just know deep down that maybe you need to think about this, which is why the High Priestess in that case would be there to say, hey, trust your intuition, work out how you feel about it before you jump. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it may well be that someone proposed to you. Now, that's not for all of you, but if we're here for romance, it may well be that. And I'm gonna get out the message, because otherwise it's not gonna go away and I'm not gonna be able to give you the other messages. You may have had some kind of proposal, or you may have heard some news about you trying to get pregnant. I know, that's because the Ace of Cups can represent the birth of something new, and obviously it could be the birth of a child. This could be as well an offer of being more committed. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the Four of Wands talks about a landmark, something significant to celebrate, to rejoice upon. Now it's got the Wand energy, which is there with your Knight of Wands, so it matches the energy that's underneath the deck. And anything that would be significant for you and would make you happy and want to celebrate, this is what the Four of Wands is. So if you're here for romance, that could be a proposal. That could be, hey, let's move in together. That could be, hey, let's try and have a child. Or you may even have received positive news because you were trying to get pregnant and, you know, the test came back and it's positive. So if this is why you're here, then there's that. If we're here for something else, like something to do with your career or with a passion of yours, a hobby that you want to turn into maybe an enterprise, or career development, this is really interesting because you may have gotten some news and you've not realized that this is going to be actually very, very positive, because the Nine of Swords is indicating that you're worried about it, and this Queen of Swords is going to bring you that achievement. So again, remember, these are energies and not genders. So when I said to you at the beginning, oh, you've got a lot of divine feminine energy, it's because I was referring to the yin side of energy as opposed to the yang, which would be the kings who are going to take action, because the queens represents patience, understanding, and the Queen of Swords is the queen of the mental realm. This is somebody who is loyal, who's going to be truthful, who's going to be intelligent, witty, who's going to see right through any BS, may seem a bit aloof, you know, cold, but that's just because of the way the Swords people are. It's nothing to do with being mean. It's just they're factual people, you know, more turned towards, let's just say, the outcome rather than being all fuzzy and nice. And so this Queen of Swords could be someone in, you know, in a company or as a business partner, or someone who's got the capabilities of bringing you this celebration, someone very important. Now, it may also well be that this is you who's going to embody the energy of this Queen of Swords, because you can feel that there's something that you're not sure about. So you may be placing your judgment upon this, looking at it from a factual point of view. That is also a possibility. But we do have the beautiful Ace of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So I can tell you that this is really a question of getting out of your head and not worrying, because everything is positive here. It really is. There's no reason to be worried. I believe the worry is coming from here, because you're trying to work out your feelings about something or someone, or because someone brought you a message or a new opportunity, and you feel like some things are hidden, as in not revealed yet. Something that's hidden is not necessarily hidden out of malice. It's just not something that you feel right now. So, you know, Ace of Cups, Queen of Wands could be a beautiful love offer. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is very charismatic, someone who attracts to themselves what they want. They don't take action, they just attract it. You know, when they come into a room, you know they're there. They're the kind of people you realize they're here. The Ace of Cups could be, as I said earlier, a child being born, not bored, sorry. It could be a romantic relationship that starts, but it could be a beautiful project that holds the potential of making you, of fulfilling you emotionally, because the aces represent the origin of any suit, the seed, and they hold the potential of it. Now we have to take action, or receive them, be open to receive them in order for them to start growing. Obviously, if you're closed off, which this is an energy that's closed off, trying to pierce through, you know, with the sword here, but not quite there yet, then you may miss out on the opportunity. So it's very important that you keep your mind positive and keep your thoughts open, because this Queen of Wands may bring you this, or it may be an advice from your spirit team to embrace this new beginning as the Queen of Wands would, because the Queen of Wands would go with what she feels passionate about, where she sees potential for growth, for excitement. And when I mean excitement, I don't mean, you know, trivial excitement. I mean something that they would really feel, oh yeah, I really want to get going, because you do have this Knight of Wands here, so you have progression to the Queen, which is one level above. And to me, you will go from this Knight of Wands, which is I just want to go for it, through this heavy energy of the Nine of Swords, which you will be delivered by the Queen of Swords, whether it's you or someone else. You will then gain the power to be the Queen of Wands and go, do you know what, I'm open, I'm confident, I know what I want now, I know what I feel passionate about, and I'm going to go for that. So that's the messages I'm getting for you. I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found it helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm very grateful you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a wonderful end of the month, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.